Today we'll be studying the first chapter from your class 12 syllabus from your book Flamingo, that is the last lesson written by Alfonso Daudet. Now what is this story all about? This story, the last lesson written by Alfonso Daudet, in which the author narrates the events about the year 1870 when France was captured by Bismarck-led Prussian forces. Furthermore, the districts of Lorraine and Alsace went under the Prussian rule. An order was passed from Berlin in Germany for the discontinuation of teaching French in these two districts, and the French teachers were asked to leave France. Consequently, M. Hamel, a teacher who had been teaching from the past 40 years in Alsace district of France, was not able to stay in his old school. In spite of this, the last lesson delivered by him was full of devotion and sincerity. Franz, the narrator of the story, was a student of M. Hamel and was afraid of him. He anticipated punishment from his teacher when he came to school that day. However, when he learned that this would be his last lesson, he realized the importance of his subject. Instantly, he developed liking for the teacher. M. Hamel requested the class to guard their language. He said that being close to one's language was a way to escape from the clutches of slavery. That the language was the key to attaining freedom from the Germans. The people really understood the significance of their mother tongue and felt the reason for their slavery was literacy. Now, this is a story which has been narrated by the small boy Franz, who was going to his school. He was not in the mood to go to school at that point of time because he had not learned the the homework that was given to him by his teacher M. Hamel. M. Hamel was a very strict teacher who used to teach French to the students in the Alsace district of France. Now, since Franz had not learned his lesson, so he was scared that his teacher is going to definitely scold him. And he did not know that this will turn out to be his last lesson. And the change in the attitude of Franz has been reflected in this particular story. It's a very interesting story, and I'm sure you'll like it. The narrator of the story is a young school-going boy named Franz. That morning, he was scared as he was late for school, also as the teacher M. Hamel had announced the previous day that he would test them on the topic of participles, and Franz did not know anything at all. He was more scared of being scolded. Franz had another option in his mind: to miss school and enjoy the day out in the warm and bright weather. He describes the scene there with birds chirping on the trees, and the noise of the Prussian soldiers doing the drill behind the sawmill could also be heard. The scene outside was more attractive than the school, but Franz controlled the temptation and chose to attend the school. As Franz walked past the town hall, he noticed a huge crowd at the notice board. The war with the Prussia had begun 2.5 years ago, and since then, all the bad news like losing the war, occupation of Alsace and Lorraine by the enemy, that is Prussia, etc., had been communicated to the people through this bulletin board. Franz kept on walking towards the school and thought in his mind that what news could have been put up at the bulletin board now. Now, this is the map of France and Germany at that point of time. These are the two districts of Alsace and Lorraine in France, and right next is Germany. So, the order had come from Germany that from today onwards, the French teachers have to leave France and leave away and move to some other country, and especially in the Alsace and Lorraine district. So, this school is in the Alsace district of France, and this was the order which was pasted on the bulletin board, which Franz did not know. As he walked hurriedly towards the school, the blacksmith Wachter, who was also reading the news, called out to Franz from behind and said that he needn't go in such a hurry, as there was plenty of time for him to reach school. So blacksmith Wachter knew the order, and he was just it's an ironical statement which has been made by him. Franz thought that the blacksmith was making fun of him as he was already late for school. When Franz reached the garden outside the school, he was out of breath as he had walked very fast. Franz described the usual scene at the school in the morning. There used to be a lot of noise created by the moving of desks, children repeating their lessons, and teachers striking the tables with the rulers could be heard. That day was unusual as there was no such sound coming out of the school, and it seemed that the school was closed as it used to be on a Sunday morning. So this is a very important question which has been asked in CBSE a lot of times, like what was the difference in that particular day of school. So usually the school used to be full of humdrum with children, with a lot of noise created by the moving of desks, the children repeating their lessons in unison, like the teacher saying a lesson and children repeating it at the same time. But on that particular day, it was unusually quiet, just like a Sunday morning. Franz had planned that he would take cover under the commotion and reach the class without being noticed, but that did not seem possible. Franz peeped inside his class and saw his classmates seated and M. Hamel, the teacher, walking in the class with a ruler made of iron placed under his arm. Franz feared a beating. Franz was ashamed of being late and feared a scolding as he had to enter the classroom in front of everyone. Franz found it strange as M. Hamel did not say anything and on the contrary politely asked him to get to his seat as the class was about to begin without him. Franz hurried to his seat after some time when he overcame the scare and began to become comfortable. He noticed that the teacher had worn his best clothes, that is a green coat, frilled shirt, black silk cap, all embroidered, that day, which the teacher normally wore on occasions like the inspection and prize distribution days. Franz wondered what could be the reason for M. Hamel to wear a special dress. Now you have to remember the dress that was worn by M. Hamel that particular day, because this also question has been asked a lot of time. What was he wearing? What was M. Hamel wearing that particular day? He was wearing a green coat, frilled shirt, black silk cap, all embroidered on that particular day, the dress that he usually wore on special occasions. Franz felt that the atmosphere in the school was unusual and serious. To add to it, the last benches of the classroom, which were generally empty, were occupied by the senior village men. Hauser, who was an old village man, was wearing his three-cornered hat. The retired mayor, postmaster, all the village men were all sitting in the class in the back benches. They all looked sad. Hauser had brought his reader, which was old and torn. He had opened it, kept it on his knees, and placed his spectacles on it. Franz was confused and could not figure out what was happening that day. Just then M. Hamel told him that it was their last lesson in French, as the Prussians in Berlin had ordered that French language would no longer be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, and that German language would be taught instead. The German teacher would arrive the next day, and as this was the last lesson in French, he wanted them to pay attention. Franz was confused and could not figure out what was happening. Franz was shocked to know that he could not learn French any longer, and now he knew the latest news that had been put up on the bulletin board of the town hall. Franz regretted for not being serious towards studies and for wasting his time in hunting birds' eggs and playing in the Saar River. So it was a shock for him. He had taken the French language for granted and he understood, oh, I don't even know how to read and write properly. Till now, Franz considered his books to be an unwanted burden, but suddenly he starts considering them to be his best friends whom he could never leave. The writer wants to show the change in Franz's attitude towards studies after hearing the news that he could not learn French anymore. The news that their teacher M. Hamel was leaving also had a similar impact on him. Franz did not want him to go away. He no longer thought the teacher to be short-tempered and strict. So you have to remember the change in attitude of Franz as well. Initially, he used to consider the books that he used to study every day as a big burden that he had to carry every day in his bag. He used to consider M. Hamel as a very strict teacher, but now he developed a liking for M. Hamel, and those books became his friends whom he did not want to part away with. Now Franz knew that M. Hamel was wearing his best dress in honor of his last lesson. He also realized that the village men had come to pay respect and thank M. Hamel for his service for 40 years in the school. The village men had come to the class as they were also repenting for not having studied well in their childhood. You have to remember this also. Why did the village men come? They had come for as a mark of respect for M. Hamel, to pay respect for him, as a mark of respect for their language, and at the same time they were regretting the fact that they've never taken their French language so seriously. They had come to thank the teacher for his 40 years of service as a teacher of French. Also, they wanted to show respect to their country and were sad as their mother tongue French would no longer be taught to them. The teacher called out to Franz to recite the topic of participles. As the news had positively impacted Franz, he was eager to study, and so he desperately wanted to be able to recite the topic in one go, and without any mistake, and please his teacher. As Franz did not know the lesson, he got confused and stood quietly. His heart was beating fast as he was ashamed of himself and did not have the courage to face his teacher. M. Hamel assured Franz that he would not scold him, as it was not his fault for not learning his lessons well. M. Hamel says that all the people of Alsace were to be blamed as no one was serious towards learning. He tells the class that the enemies Prussians would laugh at them and say that they only show to be Frenchmen as they can neither speak nor write their own language. He says that France should not feel guilty as everyone is at fault. Now you have to remember, whom does M. Hamel blame for not taking French seriously? M. Hamel says that Franz's parents were not interested in getting him educated. They wanted him to work at farm or a mill or earn some money. He says that as a teacher, he was also not interested in teaching them. Whenever he did not feel like teaching, he could ask them to water the plants. Sometimes he would go for fishing as well. So he blamed everybody. He blamed himself, he blamed his parents, who also used to send them to farm to study, and Franz also, the students as well. And Hamel praises their mother tongue French language as being the most beautiful, clearest and most logical language in the world. He tells the class to guard their language as it is their only way to free oneself from the prison of slavery. Knowing the mother tongue well as a language is a tool to fight domination. The teacher took a lesson in grammar. Franz was surprised that he understood the lesson with ease. He felt that he had been attentive and that M. Hamel also explained that lesson with lot of patience. Now this is what happens. Now generally when you know that, okay, this is another day, so you are not very serious with your studies. But since Franz was eager to learn and at the same time the teacher was eager to teach, so obviously a difficult topic in grammar also was easier for him to understand. Franz felt that the teacher wanted to instill in them all the knowledge he had before leaving. So this is the characteristics of M. Hamel. He was such a dedicated teacher. He wanted to teach everything to the students as much as possible on that particular day. After grammar, they had a lesson in writing. M. Hamel gave the class new notebooks with Franz Alsace beautifully written on them. Franz felt that there was an air of patriotism in the class. The notebooks were like flags of France that were floating all around. The entire class was busy writing, and the only sound that could be heard was that of pen writing on the paper. Once some beetles flew in the class, but no one panicked as everyone was busy writing. So this is what happens. Generally, any beetle used to come, so people used to get distracted, but nobody got distracted at all, and everybody was busy writing, taking down notes from M. Hamel. The coo sound of the pigeons could be heard in the class, and Franz wondered that would the Prussians force the pigeons also to change their language and coo in German? The writer wants to say that the language comes naturally to being and cannot be forced. So Franz was wondering, they can force us to learn. What about the natural things that come in naturally? Will they be able to force nature? Will they be able to force the pigeons as well to coo in German? In between writing, Franz looked at M. Hamel, who sat still and stared at different things in the classroom in succession, as if he wanted to memorize the appearance of everything before leaving. So there were no cameras at that point of time, so he wanted to capture each and every image of that classroom. He had been teaching there from the past 40 years, so he was so mentally attached to them, so he wanted to capture all the moments with him. He must be so emotional at that point of time. And Hamel had been teaching at the same place for last 40 years. The only changes were that the desks in the classroom had worn out due to use over the years. The walnut trees in the garden outside had grown taller. The hop vine on the outer wall of the school building had climbed up to the roof. Franz felt that the teacher must have been heartbroken to be sent away from a place where he had spent 40 years of his life. The noises of his sister packing and moving their luggage could be heard from the room upstairs as they had to leave the next day. But this shows the dedication of M. Hamel. Although he knew that he is going to leave this country the very next day, still, instead of packing at that point of time, he was teaching children, because this shows the amount of patriotism is just there in his M. Hamel remained composed and heard the lesson from the entire class. After the writing task, there was a lesson in history followed by phonetics, where they recited all the alphabets. Hauser had put on his spectacles and, holding the primer in both his hands, recited the letters with the class. He was crying, his voice trembled as he spoke. Franz had mixed feelings. He found it funny to see how an old man like Hauser was crying and trembling, and on the other hand, he also felt emotional like Hauser did. Franz could never forget this last lesson. Just then, the clock at the church struck 12 and the prayer song began. At the same moment, the sound of the trumpets played by the Prussian soldiers who were returning from the drill was heard. M. Hamel's face became dull and colorless as the time had come for the class to get over. He stood straight and motionless, and Franz says that he had never appeared to be so tall. So he does not want to reflect his emotional state of nature into his children, because if the teacher starts crying, the entire class will start crying. So he wants to leave on a very happy note, and so he wants to be confident enough. So he just stood still and leaned against the board and dismissed the class. M. Hamel began to speak but could not continue as he was overpowered by his emotions. He took a piece of chalk and wrote the words Vive la France, meaning long live French, on the blackboard as long as he could. Then he stopped writing, bent towards the wall, and without speaking anything, signaled the class to leave as the class was over. That is the end of the lesson. And what message, what theme do we get from the story? The theme of patriotism, freedom of language, and the love for one's mother tongue are dominant in the story. The last lesson: the people of Alsace and Lorraine were denied the freedom to learn their own language by the Prussians. This story reflects upon the arrogance of the colonizer to forcibly take away the rights of those who are colonized. The last lesson stresses on the importance of education and the necessity to respect and learn one's own language. The story also draws our attention to the unfair practice of linguistic chauvinism. It refers to an unreasonable pride in one's own language while disregarding all the other languages as inferior. In confined existence, the only key to our prison is our language. A lot of times we tend to realize the value of a person or thing when we lose it. We must realize that time and tide wait for none. So that's all from my side, children. If you really like it, please like, subscribe to my video or comment. Thank you so much. Happy learning.